Dear friends, this video will cover the disassembly and assembly process for a hydraulic cylinder used in construction equipment. Presenting will now begin. A. Detail of hydraulic cylinder. A hydraulic cylinder is a mechanical actuator that converts hydraulic fluid energy into mechanical force and motion. It is a crucial component in hydraulic systems and is commonly used in a wide range of industrial applications, including construction equipment, manufacturing machinery, and more. A hydraulic cylinder is a complex mechanical component, and its construction involves precision engineering and careful assembly to ensure efficient and reliable operation. Here are the key details and components of a typical hydraulic cylinder. 1. Cylinder barrel. The main body of the hydraulic cylinder is called the cylinder barrel or tube. It is a precision machine tube that houses the other components of the cylinder. The cylinder barrel can be made of various materials, including steel, stainless steel, or aluminum, depending on the application. 2. Cylinder cap and cylinder base. At the ends of the cylinder barrel, you'll find the cylinder cap and cylinder base. These components are also sometimes referred to as end caps. They are securely attached to the cylinder barrel and provide the mounting points for the cylinder. 3. Piston. Inside the cylinder barrel, a piston is located. The piston is a cylindrical component that separates the inside of the cylinder into two chambers, the rod side and the cap side. The piston is usually made of high-strength materials and is sealed to prevent fluid leakage. 4. Piston rod. Extending from the piston through the cylinder cap, the piston rod is used to transmit the force generated by the hydraulic fluid to the external load. The piston rod is typically made of high-strength steel and is precision machined to minimize friction. 5. Seals. Seals are critical components that prevent hydraulic fluid from leaking from the cylinder. There are various types of seals, including piston seals, rod seals, and wiper seals, which are used to maintain the integrity of the hydraulic system. 6. Rod gland. The rod gland is a component located in the cylinder cap and provides a seal around the piston rod, preventing fluid from escaping and contaminants from entering the cylinder. 7. Ports. Hydraulic cylinders have ports on the cylinder cap and base that allow hydraulic fluid to enter and exit the cylinder. These ports are connected to the hydraulic system and are used to control the movement of the piston. 8. Mounting accessories. Depending on the application, hydraulic cylinders may come with various mounting accessories, such as clevises, eye-mounts, or flange mounts. These accessories help secure the cylinder to the external load or equipment. 10. Cushioning devices. In some hydraulic cylinders, cushioning devices, such as cushions at the end of the cylinder stroke, can be added to reduce impact and noise when the piston reaches the end of its travel. 11. Hydraulic fluid. Hydraulic cylinders are part of a larger hydraulic system and operate by the force exerted by hydraulic fluid. The hydraulic fluid is pressurized and supplied by a hydraulic pump. Hydraulic cylinders come in various sizes and designs, including single-acting, operated in one direction, and double-acting, operated in both directions, cylinders. They are used in a wide range of applications, including lifting, pushing, pulling, and controlling the movement of heavy loads in a precise and controlled manner. The specific design and features of a hydraulic cylinder can vary depending on the application and the manufacturer's specifications. B. Dismantle of hydraulic cylinder. Disassembling a hydraulic cylinder is a task that should be performed with care and attention to safety. Here are the general steps for dismantling a hydraulic cylinder. Safety precautions. 1. Ensure that the hydraulic system is depressurized and that there is no residual pressure in the cylinder. This involves turning off the hydraulic pump and releasing any stored pressure in the system. 2. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, such as safety glasses, gloves, and protective clothing to protect against hydraulic fluid and potential debris. Dismantling steps. 1. Remove the cylinder from equipment. If the hydraulic cylinder is still attached to the equipment, it needs to be removed. This may involve unbolting it or disconnecting any hydraulic hoses or fittings. 2. Inspect and document. Before disassembly, carefully inspect the cylinder's external condition. Take note of any visible damage or wear. This will help in identifying any components that need replacement during reassembly. 3. Secure the cylinder. Place the hydraulic cylinder in a suitable work area or on a workbench, making sure it is stable and secure. 4. Remove the piston rod nut. Many hydraulic cylinders have a nut or retaining device at the end of the piston rod. Use the appropriate tools to remove this nut. This may involve using wrenches, sockets, or hydraulic cylinder nut wrenches. 5. Remove the piston rod. Once the nut is removed, carefully slide the piston rod out of the cylinder barrel. If there's any resistance, you may need to use a soft mallet or apply gentle force to free it. 6. Inspect and clean components. Examine the piston rod, piston, seals, and other components for wear, damage, or signs of hydraulic fluid leakage. Clean the components to remove any dirt, debris, or hydraulic fluid. 7. Disassemble the end caps. Depending on the cylinder design, you may need to remove the end caps. This typically involves unbolting them from the cylinder barrel. 8. Remove seals and components. Carefully remove the seals and any other components, such as the piston, from the cylinder barrel. Note the orientation of seals for reassembly. 9. Inspect and replace components. Inspect all components for damage or signs of wear, and replace any components that show excessive wear or damage. This may include seals, O-rings, and bearings. 10. Clean and lubricate. Clean all components thoroughly, removing any contaminants or old hydraulic fluid. After cleaning, apply a suitable hydraulic cylinder assembly lubricant to the seals and components to ensure proper sealing during reassembly. 11. Reassemble the cylinder. Reverse the disassembly steps, reassembling the cylinder with new seals or components as needed. Make sure to follow the manufacturer's specifications for assembly and torque values for fasteners. 12. Reinstall the cylinder. Once reassembled, reinstall the hydraulic cylinder on the equipment, ensuring that it is properly aligned and secured. 13. Pressurize the system safely. If necessary, pressurize the hydraulic system carefully, following standard safety procedures to check for leaks and proper operation. Always follow the manufacturer's guidelines and safety procedures when disassembling and reassembling hydraulic cylinders, and consider consulting with a qualified hydraulic technician if you are not experienced with hydraulic systems. Safety is paramount when working with hydraulic equipment due to the potential for high pressure and the risk of injury. C. Assembly of hydraulic cylinder. Assembling a hydraulic cylinder requires attention to detail and careful handling of components to ensure proper function and safety. Here are the general steps for assembling a hydraulic cylinder. Safety precautions. 1. Ensure that this involves turning off the hydraulic pump and releasing any stored pressure in the system. The hydraulic system is depressurized and that there is no residual pressure in the cylinder. 2. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE, such as safety glasses, gloves, and protective clothing to protect against hydraulic fluid and potential debris. Assembly steps. 1. Prepare components. Gather all the components you'll need for assembly, including the hydraulic cylinder barrel, piston, seals, piston rod, end caps, and any other necessary parts. 2. Inspect components. Carefully inspect all components for damage, wear, or signs of hydraulic fluid leakage. Ensure that all parts are clean and free from contaminants. 3. Prepare seals. Lubricate the seals and O-rings with a suitable hydraulic cylinder assembly lubricant to ensure proper sealing during assembly. 4. Install seals. Begin by installing the seals in the cylinder barrel and end caps. Ensure that the seals are positioned correctly and seated in their respective grooves. 5. Assemble the piston. If the piston is separate from the piston rod, slide it onto the piston rod, taking care to align any keyways or grooves. Make sure the piston is installed in the correct orientation. 6. Attach end caps. Secure the end caps onto the cylinder barrel, ensuring proper alignment and tightening the fasteners to the manufacturer's specified torque values. Use a torque wrench for accuracy. 7. Insert piston and rod. Carefully insert the piston and piston rod assembly into the cylinder barrel. Slide the piston rod through the seals and guide rings. Be gentle to avoid damaging the seals. 8. Install retaining nut. Attach the retaining nut or other securing device to the end of the piston rod. Tighten it according to the manufacturer's specifications. 9. Lubricate components. Lubricate the piston rod and any other moving parts with the appropriate hydraulic fluid or lubricant to reduce friction and ensure smooth operation. 10. Check for leaks. Before pressurizing the system, conduct a visual inspection to check for any signs of hydraulic fluid leakage or misalignment of components. 11. Pressurize the system safely. If necessary, pressurize the hydraulic system carefully, following standard safety procedures. Monitor the cylinder for any potential leaks or issues during pressurization. 12. Functional testing. Actuate the hydraulic cylinder through its full range of motion to ensure proper operation. Check for smooth and consistent movement. 13. Final inspection. Conduct a final inspection to verify that there are no leaks, unusual noises, or other issues. Ensure that all components are secure and that the cylinder is functioning as expected. Always follow the manufacturer's guidelines for assembly and torque values for fasteners, as these specifications may vary depending on the cylinder's design and size. If you are not experienced with hydraulic systems, consider consulting with a qualified hydraulic technician for guidance on assembly and safety procedures. Safety is paramount when working with hydraulic equipment due to the potential for high pressure and the risk of injury. Friends, we have discussed the construction equipment hydraulic cylinder and how to disassemble and reassemble it. We kindly ask that you leave a comment on the YouTube video, like it, and share it with your friends. Additionally, you may subscribe our YouTube channel Infomechanizer for free.